friends, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Meg and I post free hair education and tutorials every single Monday. So let's get into today's. So if you have not heard, Danger Jones is launching 2 new semi-permanent colors, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on them before the launch. So Reckless, that hot orange third one, is going to be our first one that we are going to be playing with today. And this right here, Sleepwalk, the new periwinkle, is the other one. I'm so excited to use that one. I'm sure I'll have a video soon. But here is how it compares to the other colors that Danger Jones already has. So Reckless is more of a hot orange compared to that red in Checkmate. And then Sleepwalk has a little bit more of that blue in it compared to Exotica, as well as being a little deeper. But here is my beautiful client, Kiara. She has been with me for a long time, and she also just had a baby, so we are keeping it simple and just doing a refresh with no lightener. So first up, this is Dopamine. This is a black semi-permanent color. And next, I'm going to add some Diablo, which was that first darker red. And I'm going to throw in Hustler, which is the bright hot pink magenta. And so I love using these watercolor sketchbooks to test hair color on because they don't bleed through. And it's a really great space-saving product if you don't want to have a million strands of hair all the time. But I decided that was a little too reddish. And so I added some Masquerade, which is the dark purple. And that's going to give us more of that burgundy tone that I want. And here she is, our beautiful new baby, Reckless. We are going to be using that straight out of the tube, so I'm not even bothering to measure, just kind of going by eye and knowing what I normally will use on Kiara. She has really thick hair, even though I'm just doing the bottom. But there is our beautiful Reckless. It's basically if like Checkmate and Burnout had a baby. For our pink ends, I'm going to be using a mixture of Cheap Date and Lovesick. Lovesick is a neon pink, but it has like an orange vibe to it. So I knew that it would blend really well into her ends. And this is another reason I love using these sketchbooks because I can really see my palette before I go in. And I think that those 3 colors are going to blend so beautifully together, especially with that hint of orange we've got in that Lovesick. So we've got one deep dark color on the top that's going to blend really great in with her natural, and in the sun it's even going to stain her brown to make it look like more of a burgundy. So we have a win-win there, no lightening, and we're still able to blend this down without making it look like she needs to get her roots done. So always a plus, especially when you're a new mom with a baby at home and you don't have time for long hair appointments. But since these pieces back here are really short, I'm using a mesh sheet. These are the Fraymar ones, but you can really get any brand, but it's mesh, MECHE, not mesh like MESH. So it looks like meche, but that's what you want to look for. And they are washable and reusable. So I normally just throw them into the washing machine with my towels. So unless they're like really gross, then I just throw it away. So now I am using my finger to blend those colors together. You guys know that's one of my favorite tricks whenever I'm melting colors. And then when I lay this new section down, I'm using my rat tail comb to kind of push it in. That way both sides are getting nice and coated with that color, almost like when you're doing a prism and you're laying the sections down on top of each other. So I'm only going to do this in the very back just because it's a much shorter section and there's a lot less blonde for me to work with. As I move up her head, I'm just going to do the sections without the mesh. But if you are not comfortable doing your section, holding it the way that I am when we move to the front and the like higher sections here when the hair gets longer, you can absolutely just use the mesh all the way through. When you're first starting out, something like this where you're laying each color down onto the previous section, it really makes it almost impossible to mess up the color pattern. So when you're first starting out, I would definitely just keep doing it this way and just laying it flat down onto the previous section. Then when you feel more comfortable with your blending skills and making sure that you are keeping each section about the same lengths as you move down the head, then you can absolutely do it without the mesh. But either way, it's going to work. And now here, since the hair is getting a little longer, I'm going to start doing it just the regular handheld way, but being very careful that I don't, pull one side farther than the other, or that I am not doing it as much as the hair underneath. We want it to all match up. So I'm just going side to side. So I have both sides with my dark colors first, and then I know that they're going to match. And you can see how I just kind of gently pull it down a little bit as I go. And then I'm coming in with my Reckless. Now, another thing I will say that I do later in the video, if you are nervous about getting that mid color onto the ends, you can absolutely paint the end color on first. I knew this was going to be like such a great blend and that these colors were going to marry into each other so well that I wasn't too worried if they did come down a little bit, because the whole point of this is to create a seamless color melt. I'm not trying to do 3 different colors where it looks like there's 3 lines in the hair. I want it to be a seamless gradient. So sometimes you do want them to be lines and separated, like when you're doing rainbows, but this one, I just want it to be really seamless, really soft, and just a gradient to where you can't even tell, like, oh, that's like 3 colors melted down. It just looks like it's supposed to be that way, if that makes sense. And we are throwing that pink on the ends now. And I am just repeating this process all through her head. So pretty simple. And then with semi-permanent colors, sometimes you can overwork them and you'll start to see almost like a white film conditioner. When that happens, just literally use your 2 fingers to squeeze it off of the hair and then add fresh color on top of it. If you're just putting some fresh color and get all that old white conditioner off it, it's going to be totally fine. So don't worry about overworking. If you think you've overworked it, squeeze it off and then add some fresh color. I promise it will work. At least with Danger Jones. I can't speak for every semi-permanent color line, but this is how Danger Jones works, and I've never had issues with hollow colors. I've definitely had that experience in the past with other brands, but this one is incredible and I really never experienced that. Now, if you've watched my videos before, when I'm doing something like this, normally I will move around the head at the same time. So as soon as I start hitting those sections in the back that are about above the ear, I'll start doing the front side pieces at the same time. Now with this hair, she only has that amount colored because it's all hidden underneath. So I just did all of the back and then moved up to the front. But if I was going through her whole head, as soon as I hit that ear, I would just start doing like these big halo sections all the way around the head so that they matched up. Because you can see right here how it like matches as it goes to the back. And so I want to pay attention to where my colors are in the section that's right next to it, behind it. That is something else that's very important. You want the back and the front to match up. Even though it's underneath and not everybody is going to see it, your client will see it, and we want them to be happy more than anyone. Now, because I didn't show any styling or rinsing with this one, I just want to say after this processed for about 25 minutes, I rinsed her out with ice cold water, and then I like to use the K18 leave-in mask as always. I brush that through and you let it sit for 4 minutes before you add any other product, and that's how you know it's completely activated. Then after my K18 mask, my favorite products for her, Kiara is very curly and she gets very frizzy really easily. Her blowout takes me like an hour, no joke. And so I love to use the Kevin Murphy Smooth Again cream on her. That's probably my favorite anti-frizz cream. And then I still use my Leaf and Flower Instant Frizz Remedy Spray because that is going to keep the humidity and frizz out of her hair for up to 7 days. And then I also use the Leaf and Flower 7-minute blowout, the K18 Heat Bounce, which is a leave-in conditioner as well as a heat protection spray. And then I also use the K18 Repair Oil. So a lot of products, but they are all very lightweight. And that is pretty much it. You guys saw how I did that. And then this will be our final section. And you can really see how pink her hair still is underneath there. I was not worried about that because we are in the same color family. And these colors are pretty deep. So I knew that even if there was that hint of pink underneath, it was just going to help blend with our pink ends. And it was going to match great with that burgundy. But I will say the Reckless is pretty strong. So it covered that very well. I'm always the kind of hairstylist that would rather work with the fade than remove it. If you're just removing hair color all the time, that's going to create damage. Even if you're using something that is very low damage, you don't want to keep removing and redoing constantly. Just work with the color wheel. And if what your client wants is not realistic for what they have, then maybe you can pivot to something closer to get you there soon. I like to go around the color wheel. So if somebody has like purple hair and they want to go to orange hair, I'll just say like, how about we do a reddish pink or something like that, because then it's going to get her closer to the orange so we can eventually do that one. So I would rather move around the color wheel than fight. But let's get our last bit of Reckless on here. So beautiful. And I hope you guys are ready to see her after. Just really blending those together. And we are on our final section now, really saturating with our deep burgundy. And this is going to blend so beautifully with her natural roots, coming in with our Reckless, and finally our hot pink, pinky orange, whatever you want to call it. And she is done. Just make sure you really blend those colors together because like I said, we want a gradient, not an obvious line. Make sure they're all cleaned up. And then I just like to go through the back and make sure there's no hidden blonde hairs because these hidden ones, that happens. And here's a little processing shot so you can see everything and how it matches up around the head. And here is our beautiful after. Oh, she is gorgeous. We didn't have to lighten any roots. That dark color looks so great blended into her natural. And that Reckless is just such a beautiful, deep, hot orange. And you can't even see the pink. It covered through it so nicely. But you guys can see what I mean about what a beautiful gradient it is, how it just looks like it's supposed to be that way and not a mixture of just 3 colors with lines. But thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me for another week and another tutorial. Please like and subscribe for more and let me know if there's anything you'd like to see next in the comments. Oh, I just love how beautifully it blends with her natural. Perf. I'll see you next Monday. Bye.